Good morning, trading world. It is February 29th, 2024, and this is an abbreviated version of excuse me of my pre-market outlook. The reason it's an abbreviated version, I put out some notes last night to kind of alert what may be taking place this morning. So that part, or the beginning part, has been out there, and basically what I want to do this morning is just kind of go over the levels and the structure of the day and what to expect. And today, even though it's an important day, I don't see big activity happening today. I see today as a consolidation day, or the continuing compressing of a spring. Let's get into it. Kind of briefly go back over what I put out last night. Looking at where we are on the calendar and where we closed yesterday, it started giving me strange vibes. Strange enough to make me want to adjust my projections for the week. I had projections of closing the week with a bearish bias. Now, closing the week with a bearish bias simply means closing the week lower than we started. Given that this is a leap year and we have 29 days in February, making Friday the first of the new month, this all lines up to give me some weird vibes on how this week will end. I had intended on carrying shorts through Friday, but now I will likely roll most short positions down at some point today during the session to lock in whatever profits, if any. And then, looking at how things may shake out, we may hit lows of the week overnight and pre-market into Friday, only to rocket up during Friday's session. The rocket up in Friday's session could blast up to highs we haven't seen all week, setting up an even better place to get short from. All of this leaves me a little skeptical about Thursday, and Thursday's session could be a big pullback or end up being more of a consolidation day to set up a larger move or bounce. All right, fast forward to this morning. It's morning, and the 4-hour chart is the leading time frame to follow today. There is a lot of pressure pushing down on the 4-hour time frame, but it's taking it all in and just kind of churning under the surface. This, in addition to the behavior of the smaller time frames coming into a new month, and you know what the new month means. It means the addition of new fund flows, all those retirement accounts, all that money that's taken out of checks, that's put aside to retirement. All that money is released between the 1st and the 3rd of the month to money managers to use to put to work. So, this could be like the continuing coiling of a spring under huge pressure, and the first could be the trigger to free the spring. We continue to consolidate above a big reaction point, which is 50.61. That's a big reaction point on the 4-hour time frame. This reaction level should give us a reaction of much more than 2 points. And instead of pushing off of it with the normal reaction, we are just consolidating on it. That consolidation could break either way. That spring could decide to unravel with force up or down. Now, based on the entire picture, we could get a lot of both. So Thursday night and Friday's pre-market is going to be really crucial. Right now, continuing to consolidate in that no man's land between 50.69 and 50.56. There's an area here which I'm calling a no man's land. All we're doing by consolidating in that area is just adding more fuel to the fire, or compressing that spring even more. And we're adding more energy to a blow up that could happen in the following days. Now, looking at the overall market, names like Microsoft and Nvidia could be a quick spark to the upside as they take time to consolidate, making a move off of the lows that they're seeing in the current range. So I'm not looking, it doesn't take a huge move with names like Nvidia and Microsoft. Just a push up, because they've been kind of consolidating in a range and they're at the lower end of that range that they've had over the last few days. Pushing up off of the lower end of that range may be enough to lift the entire market. Now, coming into today's structure, what I'm looking at is that we could get just the continued coil of us just building that energy up in here and kind of pushing on each end. For quite a while today. And this could be a very, very confusing tape, because we left off in range day territory, and it's scary because of two reasons. One, we could continue to coil like this for a majority of the day. Two, with us being in range-bound territory, it means that there's a lot of room left for the entire market to take a plunge. So not only could we see consolidation back and forth in this no man's land for a good while today, and maybe briefly peaking out one way or another, and my guess is going to be to the bottom side. There's also the chance that we could consolidate in here and continue to consolidate and kind of peak up just a little bit and fall back down and peak up, and then boom, at one point we hit later in the day and the bottom drops out, and we could be in that huge run, and majority of this part will take place overnight, where we get that long leg down, setting up what might be a really crucial or blow up on Friday, where Friday session could look just like that. So it's really important of how we spend today's session. It's less important for me to trade today because I really want to see what the metrics tell me leading into Friday. Because this thing could really blow. Now, again, some of this could take place a little bit more in today's session where coming out of lunch, out of that lunchtime chop, we could see a just really decent fall off. Because we do have that room to run. And yesterday, we started the day off at lows, and we never got back to those lows. And that just kind of tells me that we have a magnetic draw to be held lower today. So those are the things that I'm looking at. And this is kind of what is making me change my mind, because I was initially looking at, I put on shorts and I was looking at holding those shorts all the way through, and then not looking so far ahead until Thursday. A couple things kind of hit strange, and then me looking at, okay, it is February. This is the shortest month of the year, and it's a leap year, and the first is coming in on a Friday. Friday is already volatile on its own because it is an expiration day. You put major expiration day along with new fund flows hitting the market, and along with the compression on the 4-hour chart that has been happening for what seems like 4 or 5 days already. This is a very dangerous concoction that could really explode, and it could explode us to new levels, or at least levels that we haven't seen in a week or two. And it could happen all in one session. That's what it's leading us to. This doesn't have to happen Friday, but this is what I see taking place soon, because the lead up, as that consolidation happens on the 4-hour, it is coming, and it is going to pop, and it is going to pop hard. So I wanted to start making concessions to get out of shorts because of this and what I saw. Hopefully I get a chance to do it in today's session. If not, I'll be okay, because what do I end every session with, or every pre-market with? Your most important job as a trader is to protect the capital you already have. You do this by knowing and understanding the risks you face in each position and in the current market conditions. We manage that risk in accordance with our account size. And this just simply means the positions that I went short on were in the amounts of risk that I can stomach losing the entire position. And plus, they have enough time to weather me through whatever pop or storm we're about to go through over the next couple of days, because I've been constantly saying the sales signal on the daily chart that I have, when you see those setups, they take a lot longer to play out, usually 6 to 8 weeks. So I've given myself plenty of time to weather whatever storm. I hope you have done the same, because it's going to be crazy these next couple of days. So again, I hope this helps. Wishing you a positive trading day. Let's get out and make it a great one.